up till I'm on top.
Yo, no, I ain't the type to give up. If I do something, man, I do it till I get what I want. I turn a business out of nothing into something I love. I got a poker face, but honestly, I'm not one to bluff. I flip a switch, never miss, man, I always stay up. Don't let them see you, bitch, always have a plan to stay tough. This life ahead of you ain't easy, it was built to be rough. But that's what makes a personality, is tragedy, bruh. So keep your head on your shoulders. Now we ain't out here moving rocks, we out here moving boulders. Now we ain't getting posterized, we out here making posters. And we ain't got nothing to hide, we move forward like soldiers.
What up, what up, what up? Welcome in here to Pregaming on the Sports Money Network. There we go. I was trying to make a change. I was trying to move something around. It wasn't moving for me. We are T-minus 2 days away from the big launch. The new channel is going to be lit. You do not want to miss it. The best cappers on the planet, getting bigger, getting better, putting up bigger bankrolls, trying to make that money, man. It's summertime. We got to get paid to have that fun. We're going to put the bookies on the run with what we have up our sleeves here. Finishing the final touches as well, getting the last graphics updated, getting the logos synchronized, got some pretty cool ones that came out of the way of our transition process here. So Redbeard says, will my wrench carry over? I think we might be able to make that work, Redbeard. Nicholas Haney says PCA just hit a dinger, Cubs 3-0. Let's start there. Oh, seems like a bass-backwards way to start, doesn't it? Let's talk about yesterday. We won yesterday. Surprise. I like coming in here just vibing on the card with you guys, talking about these spots out there. We did not get the, we did cash the Nerfy in the Philly game, but I did not get the rollover Nerfy. That sucks. The 213 in the Phillies Sixers game. The Celtics did not smash. The Celtics did not get, remember I said, I can't see the Phillies getting below 100. If they're going to win the game, they need over 100. Well, they got it. And it was Maxey that got 25 points. We had over 24.5. He got 25 on the dot. So not bad there. The Boston Bruins took down the Buffalo Sabres and predicted that one for you guys. I just said I thought this was a spot. Now, I don't suspect that Buffalo loses this series. Pump our brakes. I just didn't know that the young Buffalo team has felt a team that's, facing adversity, which was being eliminated. So especially after that bounce back, bad spot at home. So we got the Bruins plus 140 yesterday. The Hawks blew it. They lost by 30. Didn't matter if we had 28. We only had 6.5, but it wouldn't have mattered either way. The Texas Rangers Yankees game continues to find the unders. The Padres Nerfy cashed for us out there. And then the Anaheim Ducks blew it at the end of the day. So just about 2.5 units in Profet from yesterday. Now, today's card. Baseball's underway. Lost the Angels. I like the Angels. I lost them in extra innings. Late comeback by the White Sox. Angels. All right. Okay. Got the under in Tampa Bay. That was easy. There was no sweat. Also, if you followed the weather process there, I did not like the Rasmussen K prop any longer because of the rain delay. He only got 6. He wouldn't have cashed. But the Taj Mahal Bradley, he did cash for us. He had 7 strikeouts, got his over 5.5. First leg of the parlay, the Seattle Mariners looking good. The Texas Rangers and the under were 2 plays that I gave you boys here today, boys and girls today. We're on our way, right? Well, let's see. Has anything ended? I feel like something should be ending here. Seattle gets the win. So the first leg of the parlay is down. Sharks got his Cubs and Pirates best bets. I've got find a replacement for Baltimore, given that they got the rain delay. That sucks. So I'm going to be head-to-head with our guy. I know Bubba Chandler, but I know the buy hat too. I know I got it all. I get it. But I got to take the St. Louis Cardinals in that spot. The rest of the card, hey, listen, we got the first leg of the rollover. We got the yes run first inning in the Toronto game. Now, I told you when that cashes, we're going to put the next, well, now it's 40, I think it's 47.89 or something like that. That's going to go on the Kansas City Royals Athletics game. We're going to take the yes run first inning there as well. So just kind of a rapid fire down the board for you guys, letting you know what I'm looking to get involved with. Joe Dog says the Rays lost. All in on the Rockies. I would go all in on the Nationals before I went all in on the Rockies, but that's just me. Joe Dog says, show me why I shouldn't. I can't talk you off a dog. I wouldn't want to do that. I wouldn't want to be in that position. So that's a little baseball talk for you guys. That's a quick rundown, just kind of recapping where we've been, what we're doing, what's coming up next. And you can see the late night shows. We had 8 more games ago, 8 more games ago. So you can go back and check out the replay, catch all the information for the late games. The timestamps are out there for you guys to make it easy to navigate. Here's some trends. Here's some angles. Here's some thoughts. Here's some opinions. Yeah. Leg 2 of the parlay is the Reds. Leg 3 of the parlay is the Detroit under 8.5. So, we give you guys best bets and we put the parlays together and things like that too. But, they're all playable opportunities. So you should absolutely get that thing a listen. If you're not doing it already, you don't want to miss out on free plays, free picks, free advice as far as how we're trying to go out there and slay the bookman, and you can do the same thing. So that being said, let's talk some NHL playoffs tonight. Let's talk about 3 games on the rip. We'll talk about the NBA playoffs, 3 games on the rip. I gave you a Yerfie already. I don't know if I have anything left in the Yerfie sleeve. I don't know if I do. Let me look. We look in the old Yerfie cupboard. Let's go to the Yerfie shelf and see if we can pull something off of there, huh? Yeah. I'll give you one more. I got one more on play. Catch that Nerfie for San Diego. I told you guys I like the San Diego Nerfie and the under in that. Man, see the theme here? You guys thought it was a joke last year when I said we picked up 154 units in baseball. All flat bets, all 1-unit bets. Didn't even count 37-1 parlays. Didn't need to. Those were fun. Those were Friday fun plays. And here we are again, doing what we do, busting the board up. I like it. I like what we're doing here. I like the direction things are moving. Joe Dog likes the Atlanta Nerfie. There's the squad, man. Let's go. Let's get to it. So we got NHL playoffs, NBA playoffs. I'll give you one more Nerfie. I don't know if I have any player props tonight. I don't think I have any player props tonight. I might have to circle back and do a better job finding some of those. And then I'll talk Sharp Report. Sharp Respected Betting Report, of course. We do like to see those. We do like talking about those. I like to bring it to the table for you guys. It is a tool that I received that I hope you find benefit from. Now, listen, yesterday, recapping the Sharp Respected Betting Report, they had the under 214.5 in the 76ers game. Remember, they took the Houston Rockets tonight, and they took Cleveland, Toronto over 215.5. So those were pending plays for today that were released yesterday. NHL-wise, in the NHL, they had the Ducks. They had the under 7 in the Edmonton game. Under 7. That was a sneaky little call, wasn't it? Remember we talked about that? Said, I think they're buying the number. I get it. You want to buy the price tag? And then look what happens. It goes under. That's nice plus money price tag for them boys. In Sharpsville, let's see here. Look ahead spot. They took the Penguins last night for tonight. They took the over in the Utah and Vegas game as well. So there you go. Over 6 in the Utah Vegas game. I'm going to tell you why I disagree with that play. And then as far as Major League Baseball is concerned, yesterday they had the Tigers. That was a tough break. They had the under 7.5 and the Yankees. It wasn't a tough break. It was a shit call. They're bad. Atlanta had their number. The Yankees in Texas under 7.5 cash though. So they went 1-1 there. Today, they have the Astros as their side. So that's going to be a push. No blood lost there. Under 9 in San Diego, under 8 in Detroit, under 7 in San Francisco, and under 8.5 in New York, Yankees, and Texas. You see why we leverage these tools? You see why we utilize this information? It's just kind of endorsing the buy sign on the information that we're sharing out there. And I told you guys on the card today, I almost felt like I had to explain myself with all those unders in baseball. I was like, man, just so we're not discriminating, I do like some overs, and I gave you some overs, but I thought Wednesday with the getaway spot was a glorious under day, and it has not let me down here yet. So I don't think I have any overs on totals today. Just the Yerfies. So anyhow, looking at my notes, you guys know what that means. It's time to get the show moving in the right direction, and we got to get this thing kicking off with a thumbs up button. If you haven't done so already, show some support. This thing is growing. It's moving. It's shaking. It's hustling. This community needs you guys to help support it. And there's a multitude of ways to do that with our best bets selections over at Winnable. You can certainly become a member of the organization as we move forward. But the least we ask you to do is smash that thumbs up button. Show some appreciation. If you haven't done it already, only takes you a second. It costs you absolutely nothing. It helps us out an absolute ton. Smash that thumbs up button and let's get to work. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. May 1st, a reminder, May 1st, we will have a new home. There will be a new channel being formed here. If you don't know now, we've been talking about it since Monday. And it's that merger. It's that migration. It's that excitement that's got us working morning, noon, and night here to get the graphics updated, to get the videos uploaded, to get the thumbs up videos changed, the new logo in play. There's so much happening, you guys. It's so much fun to see the evolution of what we're doing here. But as far as the evolution is concerned, what's not fun is what I'm reading in this Philadelphia situation. Now, I guess I'll start with that game. Fuck it. I don't know what the hell's going on. I don't know what happened with Rick Tocchet. I missed the memo that all of a sudden he's got to go. I know that they took Mishkov and they sat him, but he wasn't playing very well. I talked a little bit about this yesterday. Certainly don't like what I'm reading. You know, Mishkov can't fly back with the team because he's late. It just sounds like it's going to be one or the other. I don't think it's going to be Rick Tocchet, dude. You're not going to take a generational talent, the next potential Alex Ovechkin here in Mishkov, and rub his face in shit and be the leader. You're the less than $1 million a year guy versus the guy that's potentially going to make $7, $8, $9 million a year. And I would imagine he's an 8.8 AAV on 7 years in the extension that he signs, if not longer. So that's a bad look, and it's creating some angst. It's creating some hostility in the locker room. The boys don't like it. They don't like Tocchet. Apparently now they're all saying Tocchet's got to go, but I think they got to show. Because this is backs against the wall time. You know, it's 3-2, but let's be honest, right? They just lost the last two in deplorable fashion. One at home, busted up. Sidney Crosby gets back in the game, lose the second game in Pittsburgh. Now the things are starting to come out of the woodwork. But what do we know about the Penguins? We know if we fade them on the road against the division, we are 43-28 over the last 4 years. So they don't travel very well across division. Now, I know this is a playoff situation, so you know, take that with a grain of salt. But the favorite, when you've got two teams that are playing each other that have missed the playoffs the previous year, are winners. They are victorious out there. But the one that I wanted to look to you guys for, perfect 5-0, 17 years on the run here, and it has to do with this situation, not the Mishkov Tocchet shit, but you lost your last two. It's game 6 of the series, and you're leading. So, in other words, you're up 3-2 in game 6. And you're favored to win. And when you do, it's happened 5 times. Just 5 times in this particular situation. It's not a streak. It's a trend. It's a pattern in the NHL universe. Not that they've won 5 in a row. This trend, this is the difference. Some people don't get the difference between trends and streaks. This trend shows us that when it happens, you start off up 3, you lose 2, you fire back, and you've done it 5 straight times. That's 100% win rate over the last 17 years of tracking. So I'm going to back them. I'm going to take the Flyers. I don't need much, jostling of my, my jimmies to get me on that side of things anyways. But I'm looking for it. I'm looking forward to it. I think it's a good Flyer spot tonight. Back on home ice. Little lull in the action. And I think it's kind of like the any given Sunday situation, right? Either we heal as a team or we die as individuals. And I think that's where the Flyers position is right now. Great speech by Coach out there. 9 Legacy's got the paid in full parlay. Likes the Canadiens, the Toronto Raptors, the Orlando Magic, the Utah Mammoth, all on the spread. You can take the Magic plus 10.5, the Raptors plus 8.5. Le Habitants' money line, and the Diamondbacks money line. I want to take the Diamondbacks, but I think they beat 30 yesterday. And so sometimes I kind of look at like 2 units as the spot. I mean, if it's sides and totals keep cash, and that's a different story. But I had the first 5 and the full game in Arizona yesterday, and they both lost. So I was disappointed there. Joe Dog's got the Natty and the Rockies. Let's go. Redbeard's blessing us with a little 5-9 exacta Churchill race 10. Joe Dog says Cubs first 5 everything, baby. Let's go. Okay. There you go. So first game down the pipe there. Second game, I'm going to go in and take the dog, the road doggy in this spot here happens to be Les Habitants. I don't think that they win this series, but I do think this is back and forth. I do think this has the potential to go to a 7. I saw a great meme the other day. They were talking about how they were showing like a comparison. The Western Conference, every game's getting like 8 goals scored. And then they showed the Eastern Conference, and it was just a battlefield. Like they were playing Fortnite or something, and just you're out of bullets, and you got to use the pistol to whip somebody out there. But it makes sense. It's competitive. That's kind of how I didn't expect it. It kind of flip-flopped to me, I guess, really, because if you think about it, the West was tight going into the playoffs. Everybody was in second place, it seemed like. And now we're seeing some big, gaps in the scoring, almost like the NBA style where they're just not trying. But Wednesday night specials, you guys, are in play this past season on a Wednesday. Total is 6 or lower. Wednesdays, the dog tends to bark. The dog tends to bite. It's a perfect 11-0 in this spot here. And I know it's Wednesday and I make fun of that kind of. To me, it's just kind of the lull. It's like you're in the middle of the conundrum of your schedule, your travel, your week. It's just kind of like everybody gets jacked up on Thursday and Friday. Wednesday's hump day. Anything can happen in hump day, except what we do know is dogs tend to bark in the bounce back spots. And we want to fade the Lightning anyhow. Against the Atlantic Division, the fade is 67-57. So it's just kind of pushing us in that direction to take this Canadiens team. And at this price tag, it's like we did last night with the Boston Bruins. We take the Bruins. We see if the Tampa Bay Lightning can deal with adversity. And look, we took the Bruins and the Ducks last night. We went 1-1, but we generated a little profit. So similar idea, although I don't like any dogs outside of the Canadiens here, because I think Vegas does the job in this third series as well. But I'm going to give you guys a different look here. I'm going to give you a look on the total. Now, we talked about the sharp respected betting. Sharps like the over in this game. I think the caveat here is the elevation factor. How does elevation contribute to weakening of the legs as these teams move forward, as they advance, go deeper into the playoff series here? Obviously, the team that plays at elevation has the advantage because it's their home ice. That is Utah. But look, now they're kind of flatlining, right? Kind of thinning out a little bit here. And, if you try, I guess the only thing we have from a comparative standpoint, it's that Avalanche Kings series, right? We saw that the team at elevation in the Avalanche, the number one team in the Central, number one team in the West out there, they mopped up the floor with these boys. But really what happened is the better team played better defense, and the legs got tired for the LA Kings, right? 2-1 to kick the thing off. Then they go into LA, flattened out, and the scoring just opened up, and the defense got tired. So I'm not going to give you the Vegas Golden Knights side because it does concern me a little bit. It does give me trepidation, as my friend Jose used to say. But I like the total in this game. I think we see, really, I think we see it just a tightly contested game. I think this one has the feeling of like a 2-2 going in, even a 1-1 where it's every shot's going to make a difference. Now, the Wednesday dog off a loss does exist here, and it is on the Utah Mammoth side of things, obviously, as a plus 140 dog. But I'm looking at the total. I'm looking at the under. And, it just comes down to a tight playoff game, this particular situation. Series game number 5. Home team is favored to win. Off an overtime game. It's another one of those patterns. 19 years of pattern, frequency, significance, and opportunity. And it's 10-1-1 to the under. So in this situation, how do these teams fare in a Game 5 series tied back at home as the favorite situation? Well, that tells us the games tend to stay to the under. What up, Sharpie? Sharpie in the house. Hit me up if you want to catch some baseball later, my man. Anyhow, that's it, you guys. That's 3 games in the NHL. NBA playoffs, I'm not so in love with. I kind of just fell out of love with the NBA this season. I'm still going to give it a go today. I'm still not going to roll over. I'm going to take the Orlando Magic to kick this thing off. I know that is not a fan favorite play here, but at 10.5 points, what are we talking about here? 82% of the bets, 81% of the cash. The number's starting to come down now. It got to 10.5. It sat there pretty much all day. And now it's coming back the other direction. The total went up 1 point, just one measly point, with 72% of the bets and 69% of the cash coming in here. And I just feel like this has got to be one of those tricky little spots. You look at the Pistons, their backs against the wall. Now, it is a little alarming that the books are basically telling you the Pistons are going to kick the shit out of the Magic, but I haven't seen it yet this series. And this is the one thing, if you were going to read the line and try to play the before and after situation, this is the biggest line they've had, considering they're down 3-1. But I think that creates desperation. Not just from a 3-1 back against but you're at home on top of that. And so ball gets a little sweatier. The rim gets a little smaller. Everything just becomes that much more crucial. You're not throwing threes from the parking lot because you need to get the rebounds, and every second ball chance opportunity counts. So I like that situation. I know the bounce backs, but I think that this is one of those situations where we're not seeing it. I don't think the Orlando Magic are the better team. I still like the Pistons, as I said, to get the win. Top seeds looking to avoid elimination at home are 11-2 against the spread. So you got to recognize bad situation, facing elimination. It ain't pretty, but I just got this sneaky little inkling to me that this could be a nice little Magic spot. That's it. It's just more my gut. I told you guys and I don't love the total. I don't love this. I'd be auto playing unders in this case, but 7:30 game, the Raptors and the Cavaliers, sharp respected betting came in there and did take the over in this game. As you'll recall, we talked about that a few minutes ago. Here's an interesting one because you got a tied series and you got a 10.5 point spread. Shark and I were talking earlier today. The home team has covered each of the 4 games this series. I suspect it continues. There are some things to say. The Raptors in the dog roll off a win with a day's rest. They are 19-3-1 this past season. But we've got 10.5 points on the line. Now the money lines come way the fuck down. -400 to -355. It's like we talked about yesterday. All the favorites should win these games. But which one's going to be I didn't pay. Look, I thought it was going to be the Hawks yesterday, not the Sixers. Glad it is, but didn't think it was going to be. So I think we'll sit here. We'll watch the 10-point favorite Cavaliers triumphantly claim victory. And then the last game I got for you guys is the Rockets and the Lakers. I'm going to take the dog in this one. Now, full disclosure, you guys know I'm holding on to that plus 650 to win the series ticket. But we still got Luka problems. We got a team that's just trying to get through this series here. And I don't know. Doesn't this would it surprise you that this thing goes to 7? Even watch, I mean, I don't want to put it in the ether here, but the longer this series goes, the less I like the Lakers. Let me just put that out there. Okay. Now, the Lakers could very well be the first team to ever get reverse swept after going out 3-0. And I guess the big question is, what are we going to see out of KD? I just don't like this number coming down to the spot that it is, I get it, LeBron James, if he doesn't go out there and play hero ball, the team really struggles. Austin Reeves, I haven't really seen too much with this guy in the last 2 games either, but between I like this Houston spot. If you fade the winning teams off a loss, you're 17-5. The more winning team between these two be the Los Angeles Lakers. Here's the big one though. Game 5. So we've got playoff trendage, not just streaks, trends. And this one goes back 23 years. Game 5, down 3-1 with a higher total. 9-1-1 in the last 23 years. The higher total is that remember the last game was 207.5. This game's 208.5. So when those little nuances function and fluctuate out there, it does create it doesn't happen every day, but when it does happen, it does pay. And so I'm going to take a shot with the Houston Rockets 4.5. I don't suspect they win, but maybe if anybody has a chance to get the job done, it should be them. So I'll give you one more nerfy. I said I was going to give you one, you guys. I got one more trick up my sleeve in the nerfy business. Incidentally, my foot hurts all of a sudden. I don't know why that is. Well, I guess maybe it's because of the way I'm pressing down on it. Go to the Cardinals. Listen, here's why I think St. Louis Cardinals win this game. I know the buy hat's on the Pittsburgh Pirates side of things here, but Palante isn't the Palante that started off. And so at some point we have to recognize, is he better than he's been performing? And do we have some leading indicators, some metrics that show us, yes, that is the case? And the answer is yes, we do. Those metrics are his walk rate. And his walk rate is down considerably since the start of the year. Now we know Chandler's kind of the ace gun now next to Paul Skeens in that Pittsburgh lineup. So I got a -120 price tag on the no-run first inning in the Cubs. Let me shop this here. Let me see what you guys can pick up for this thing here, because I didn't expect to be playing this many nerfies and yerfies, but look, patterns. When you find that you're doing something well, you don't stop it. 6:40 p.m. Pittsburgh and St. Louis. I'm also giving you the St. Louis side here. I got a -110 at several books. BetMGM, Caesars, -115s, -120s, -125s, -110 at DraftKings. So we'll take the Cardinals official play here. I'll add that to the show plays for you guys here tonight. Nice little plus money price tag too. Catch +112 on these guys. +114 at DraftKings. There we go. DraftKings is trying to hook us up, boys and girls. Cardinals and the, oh shit. Whoops. My bad. -113. That was the yes run. My bad. -113 on Bet Rivers, -118s, -102 at FanDuel for the no run first inning. So it's a bunch of additions for you guys. Sharpie. All right, man. I'll hit you up, brother. Appreciate all you guys, man. Look, this game's tied in the Cubs and Padres. I still like the Cubs. I know our guys rocking it too. If you recall, I said I like the under 9, and I got the nerfy in that game. So let's see what we can catch a live play at while we're here. Since we're here, I hate when it is raining like a mother out there today. Kept me inside from the yard work I have to do. I will be grilling some killer pork chops tonight for anybody that was interested in my grilling menu tonight. I'll rock the grill every day in the summer. As you should, right? I prefer it to be charcoal, but under 9.5. I'm going to take it. Minus 117. Also like the Cubs. Okay. Let's add that. Let's make that official ad. Under 9.5. Cubbies Padres game. There you go. Giving you guys lots of action. There you go. That's it. That's all I got. That's all she wrote. I already gave you sharp respected betting. Redbeard says charcoal or nothing. I mean, you can't argue with the convenience of a, push the button and a bang goes the fucking grill, right? Gets that thing, gets up to 500 degrees and fires away real quick. But Dana Delp has a ribeye. He's going to go low. Got to go low or it's blow. Plus 132 for Dana Delp. You guys, shout out to everybody here rocking with us, man. 2 days left, sadly. Tomorrow will be the last pre-gaming here, as you know it in this current form. So enjoy the games tonight. That should be a lucky buy sign for us. You guys have a glorious evening. If we go live, I'll put a note out there, let you guys know. Get your dope. And I'll be back tomorrow for some mo. Have a great night.